Hello again, everyone. We're back again to look at the top comic sales for June 2022. Now, I'm a little late with this video because there are a lot of different stuff has come up and I had to cover it. That whole thing with the Rippaverse and all of this that's still going strong. I had to cover that. There was some other news and stuff that came up that I needed to touch on as quickly as possible. So I'm getting around to this now to show you what is going on with these comic sales. Still abysmal, but still. Actually, well, this time around, DC got about 3 new titles in the top 50. It's not fantastic, but it's something to at least say they get 3 up there. But we're going through and look at the overall picture here again. So, without further ado, let's get into this. Now, right out the bat, we have a lot of Marvel comics as usual because Marvel comics sell more than DC. That doesn't mean that Marvel comics are not still in jeopardy. It's that they're selling more than DC, and that's not a high margin to surpass right now at all. Manga is still beating all of them, but this is it. We have Fortnite X Marvel Zero War #1, Amazing Spider-Man #3, Thor #26, and for DC, surprise, surprise, at #4 we have Batman #124. Once again, the only comic that really sells at DC is Batman. Go down the list, we have Amazing Spider-Man, Miles Morales, Venom, and at #8, shockingly enough, we have Poison Ivy #1 of 6. Now, to have Poison Ivy debut at #8 in the top 10 is a big deal for DC Comics, but it's nothing to be say that you're going and write home about anything, because most of these #1s do debut pretty high because people will give it a read. I don't know if it's going to continue like that. They usually go down. Justice League Road to Dark Crisis #1. I haven't seen Justice League Dark Crisis #1 on a list yet. I don't know what's going on with that. But I haven't seen it on a list yet, so I can't say. Batman Batman 2022 Annual #1. We go down the list again. More Marvel, Flashpoint Beyond, DC coming. That's Batman again. We have DC Pride 2022 #1 that came in at #19. People couldn't stand that, but still it got out there. And Dark Knights of Steel, Shadow War Omega, Batman Superman World's Finest, Black Adam #1 is at 27. Sorry, that's another one. Like I say, DC got a couple squeezing there that they don't give for. Normally it's just Batman and Batman related things. We've got Poison Ivy at #8, and now we have Black Adam #1 at 27. Nice House on the Lake at #9. At #9 at 31. Let's see, we going down again. Batman Beyond, White Knight, Batman Killing Time, Nightwing, DC versus Vampires Killers #1. So DC squeezed in about, let me say, 2 or 3 new titles into the thing. Normally everything is just Batman and Batman related with no breathing room for anything else. We got Marvel, Image, and Boom on here. So let's take a more in-depth look at the sales courtesy of Comic Book Revolution for 2020, for June 2022. Now we went through the top 50 already. So we go through here, we see all of this we already covered. Let's go down and see what we get starting at #51, right? And look at what's happening. Now, Marvel has, again, something. We have Iron Cat #1. That is the issue where we find out that it have some person, some kind of mechanical cat suit, like an Iron Man thing, going after Black Cat. And apparently, they put it out now that Black Cat is bisexual because they want to push that point. Way to go, Marvel, even though the character's been around for like about, 30, 40 years now, and has had many relationships with men. Most notably Spider-Man. All of a sudden you're doing this, whatever. Savage Avengers number 2, Batman, Catwoman number 54. Is that 54 on this list? It's not looking good. Miles Morales, Spider-Man number 39 and 57. That's another comic people are not really getting much into. Amazing Spider-Man number 1 has dropped down to 59. See, we have a lot of it here. Knights of X number 2, that's 60. Well, I don't even know X-Men Red at number 4. X-Men has just reached a stage now where I think people don't even understand what the hell is going on with X-Men, and they don't understand it, they don't like it, and they don't care anymore. It's just a bunch of craziness with X-Men going on that nobody seems to be interested in following at all. We have Dark Crisis, Young Justice number 1. Now, these Dark Crisis tie-in have been ridiculous, but this one in particular, we have Wonder Girl narrating it, and it's a bunch of talking all over the place and one and the other, but you hear Wonder Girl in it talking, and she's with some of the members of Young Justice. Well, in the comics, Young Justice in the comics, and there she's talking about, you know, how Connor Kent and her had a relationship, which I thought was really, really well done. The other thing that she said that, you know, that's her first love and thing, and she's talking about how pretty much everybody has died already. Connor Kent has died and come back. Robin died and come back. This one died and come back. And then she's making remarks like, you know, because it's that arguing or talking about something, she's making disturbing remarks about how, she wishes that they all stayed dead. And I'm like, what the hell? What the hell kind of shit is that to say? I saw that in a review, and I was like, no, they had to be mad. No wonder nobody's reading this shit, because Dark Crisis is confused as hell, and you're getting this kind of nonsense propped in there as well. Boy, with this nonsense. Legion of X, another thing nobody's interested in. No, Black Panther is done. Jurassic League number 2 at 74. I mean, turning the Justice League into dinosaurs may have seemed like a good idea, but I don't know. I don't even want to know what the hell they're even thinking with that. Let's keep going down. And look at it now. Superman, Son of Kal-El, number 12 is at 79. This just keeps dropping lower and lower every month. Every month just keeps getting lower and lower. Nobody's interested in reading this at all. Iron Man is at number 83. Well, after the crap fest that they've done to Tony Stark, I don't think anybody's interested anymore. Flash is at number 88 because DC Comics don't even care about their own heroes anymore. The only one that they prop up is Batman. That's it. Avengers is at 91. People still read that one. Action Comics 2022 annual one shot is at 95. Ben Reilly Spider-Man. I thought Ben Reilly is now like some kind of, some sort of, I think he's called Chasm now, some kind of villain that I'm not really sure. Multiversity Team Justice number 1. I mean, all these set of multiversal nonsense, and I saw the review for this second, and it's basically, when it comes to multiversal, basically just a bunch of, they had this thing where they would basically gender swap everybody in Teen Titans. That's it. So when they had this thing of doing some field hockey, they just boiled down to a bunch of lesbians screaming at each other. And this is not my opinion on it. This is what many people are saying in regards to it, and why the book is not selling, because they don't like it at all. Just keep swapping everybody, acting like they're supposed to be okay with that. Let's look at the debut issues. Fortnite, X Marvel Zero, Poison Ivy number 1, like I said, at number 8. That was really impressive. Jane Foster and the Mighty Thor number 1. Does anybody even care about that anymore? I mean, they tried pushing that like it was, the movie come out, and Thor Love and Thunder movie was horrible, but now it's just Captain America Sentinel of Liberty. Well, the reason this was always going to fail is because nobody wants 2 Captain Americas. It's at number 18, yes, but I am pretty much expecting this book to drop even further. Nobody wants, Sam Wilson as Captain America and Steve Rogers as Captain America. Why? Having Falcon become Captain America didn't work the first time, yet you're doing it again. For some reason, you think that's somehow going to work. Not sure why. It's not working at all. DC Pride number 2022, yeah, that's out there. Dark Crisis, the youngest talked about that. Miles Morales and Moon Girl, but nobody gets about that. Aquaman and Andromeda number 1 at 104. Nobody even reads Aquaman anymore. They tried this whole Aquaman thing that didn't work. Nobody's interested in that whatsoever anymore. Marvel Voices Pride is at 111. Well, if you saw my video on what they did in Marvel Voices Pride, that was just insulting and stupid. DC Pride Tim Drake special number 1 at 170. Well, nobody gives a crap about that entirely. Nobody. You decided to make Tim Drake gay, and you act like you acting like people want to read gay Robin stories. Nobody wants to. Nobody. Nubia, Queen of the Amazon, number 1. Something else that isn't selling, because let's take Wonder Woman, get rid of her, kill off her mother, put Nubia in as the queen, even though that makes no sense, and then spend every book talking about how amazing Nubia is, how spectacular Nubia is, how Nubia is the best queen of the Amazons ever. Oh, Nubia is this fantastic black woman, and she's gay too. That's absolutely amazing, and nothing else could ever come close to how fantastic and special Nubia is, because for some reason that makes sense to you. Look where it is. It's dropping even more. Nobody's interested in that. Nobody. Justice League number 1. Justice League Road to Dark Crisis number 1. Dark Crisis Young Justice number 1 on there. The Flash, look where it is. And again, I haven't seen Dark Crisis number 1 on any list, so I don't know what's going on with that. Some other things here. We have Spider-Man franchise. We see different things. Spider-Gwen, Gwenverse at 41. I mean, I don't think anybody could care less about Spider-Gwen at this juncture, because first she was Gwen Stacy, she was Spider-Gwen. I think now she's Ghost Spider, and they have her all over the flicking multiverse with all kind of different versions of Gwen. It's lazy and stupid. That's really the simplest way to put it. Lazy and stupid. Then we have Spider-Punk. For some reason, they thought that would be good. This is a good example. If you do a character for a Spider-Man crossover thing like they did with the whole web of life and all kind of thing, don't try to do books on that character. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. X-Men ain't even looking so good anymore. Look at these figures for X-Men. X-Force at 110, Sabretooth at this, Legion of X at 124, Wolverine patch at 126, Immortal X-Men number 2 at 153. I mean, it's not looking good at all for the majority of them. Avengers franchise, not any better. Jane Foster and the Mighty Thor, nobody cares. Captain America, Sentinel of Liberty, and it just keeps getting worse and worse. And we have Captain Carter number 3 at 181. Well, I predicted that was going to go down hard. I predicted that was going to go down hard. We also have Captain America, Symbol of Truth number 2 at 122. When that first issue came out, I said this is not going to make any sense. Nobody wants to read. It's not looking good. All the way down at 122. People don't want these things anymore. They just want good stories to read. That's it. What else we have in Batman? Here now, Robin, DC Pride, Batgirls number 7 at 135. Does anybody even read that? And below that we have Harley Quinn number 16 at 137. Nobody wants to. Harley Quinn was popular before. You keep trying to make this villain who has committed mass murder into some kind of anti-hero. It's not working. It's keep flip-flopping and nobody's interested in it. You understand? Here we have I Am Batman number 10 at 149. Nobody reads this. Nobody is reading I Am Batman. People don't like it. And we have Batman Fortress number 2 at 162. This was the same first issue where they had the page with I think Gary Ritter was the fellow name who did it, where Batman didn't want to stop rioters because he said he's saying about how these people have insurance and leave. It got ripped apart online. He tried to attack the fans, all kind of thing online. It wasn't working. Look where it's dropped to now. Nobody's reading these things anymore. Nobody. Let's see, Batman, Superman, World's Finest at number 24. Superman, Son of Kal at 7. That just keeps going down and down worse. And where do we get finally Wonder Woman franchise? Like I talked about Nubia, Queen of the Amazons earlier, but we have Wonder Woman number 788 at 142. They have done Wonder Woman dirty at DC Comics. They're not even trying to elevate this character. And Wonder Woman is probably very possibly the most important and the most singular premier female superhero of any franchise, whether it be Marvel, DC, Image, Boom, whoever. Wonder Woman is the top. She's one of the key members of the Trinity. She's Wonder Woman. And you just keep messing it up and making it worse for her. So that's it for me this time around. This is what we were getting here. I look at the comic book numbers again and where they sit. It's again not. I mean, overall in top 50, yes, DC did manage to sneak in a few more, but overall they are not doing a very good job. Marvel is also losing a lot of steam. They keep focusing on the wrong things and not building up positive, proper, and quality books that people want to read. People are just tired of it, and you're seeing it in these sales numbers. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you like the video, be sure to hit that thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Ring the notification bell. You're notified every time I put out a new video. And I shall see you all next time. Take care.